Okay, in this video we're going to look at analysing the brief, the design brief. Design brief is something that starts a project off. It's very important that we get this right. It's really going to set the scene for the rest of your project work. So to help you on the VLE under set work, you should see GCSE stage 1.1 analysing the brief. When you open this, the instructions are very brief. Just complete the work that you started in class. Read all examples first in the attached document, and then complete the red tabbed template page. That's all we're going to do today. When you open up this document, you will see a PowerPoint that just talks about the projects in general, then says that you're expected to spend an hour on this. It's worth 3 marks. And then we have an example to look at. So you are going to do this. You're going to put a photograph that shows the problem. This person here cannot get onto her horse without the aid of some kind of steps. And this photograph shows that. You talk about the problem, the design brief, and the user group. They are 3 distinct areas. That really sets the scene. These are comments from the examiner on an exemplar piece of work. It shows where it is used or anticipated to be used. It talks about a typical user group. It's concise and well written. This is not a large amount of writing, but it does clearly set the scene and give you all the information as to what this person is going to set out to do in their folder. So, first of all, the problem. As said in class, this really is just kind of like moaning, really. I'm sure there's a nicer way to describe this, but really in this paragraph here, you're having a really good moan about the state of the world in the absence of this product. So I'll exaggerate this when I read this out. The horse I ride is 16 3 hands, I think that's how you say it. This means that it's too big to mount from the floor, meaning that whenever I ride him, I have to ask for help getting on or find something to stand on. This can take a long time, meaning that we get less time to work. Moan, moan, moan. Storage is also a problem, as it takes a lot of equipment to look after a horse of this size, so it would be useful to have somewhere to keep his grooming kit, tackling equipment and treat, so that they can all be close to hand when he's on the yard. Okay, so mostly that is moaning. There's a little bit of what would be useful if, but in nowhere does it say what I'm going to do. This means that whenever whatever material the product is made out of must be hard wearing, as it will be kept around a horse and would be at risk of being kicked. Okay, so there's a little bit of the kind of hinting at what might come next, but you have not gone into too much detail, and mostly it's just moaning about the state of the world. Here you must also add, every person is going to add something about the environment here, i.e. the world in which we live in sees much deforestation and overuse of resources, and many products do not consider this. That would be a problem. Say no more. You might also say many problems in the world are not designed with the environment in mind, that sort of thing. You might also say many people are becoming increasingly concerned with the environment and want to be able to buy in a responsible manner. Okay, so from that we get the design brief. This is where you do not say what you're going to do. This person is not going to say, I'm going to design a steps which goes up to 2 foot high. She did not say it's going to have 3 drawers at the front where I can keep my equipment. She did not say it's going to be made from plastic. Even if that is in your head at the moment, you've got to pretend that it's not in your head at the moment. The next couple of pages in your folder is where you start to explore ideas. If she said it needs to be 2 foot high and have 3 drawers, then all of her sketches, and there need to be a variety of sketches, are all going to have to be of that height and of that design. And you would lose many, many marks because you've kind of written yourself into a corner and you cannot be creative in your approach. So you do not be too specific at this stage. You need to hint at what you can do or suggest the sorts of things you might look into at most. So, for example, I am going to design and make a storage container that is lightweight and easy to move. So she hasn't said it's going to be plastic or metal or wood or anything, but that is going to be a consideration. You can also say it must be durable, and you're all going to mention it's going to be made from sustainable materials. It must have separate compartments for storing different things. So that gives her the option to have different size compartments and a different number of compartments. The unit must be able to take a person's weight and be suitable shape for standing on, as it will be used as an aid for mounting horses. Good. She hasn't said it's got to be so wide or anything else. Have stabilizers, for example, or wheels on the bottom. It's vague, which is good. This also means that the product must have no sharp edges so that the horse will not catch its legs. Fine, you might want to talk about being safe because it's going to be used by young children, that sort of thing. But don't say it's going to have rounded corners, just say it's going to be designed with safety in mind. As it is around horses, it must be hard wearing. You can also talk about it being durable and made from a tough material, if that's appropriate, and I'm sure it probably is. User group. So, do not say it will be used by anyone. You are going to try and reduce that group to the type of person who tends to use it more than other people would tend to use it. With a horse product, it's very easy to write quite a lot. You may not be able to write as much. That's not necessarily a bad thing. This product will be used by horse owners, livery yards, riding schools and competitive yards. Most products on the market for these buyers are made out of a moulded plastic as it is cheap to produce. This means that most are cheap quality and do not last. This product will be designed for active teenagers, 15 to 18. These are physically able people, meaning that products can be lifted and will not have to include any special features such as wheels. Okay, so she's talked about the age range. You might want to talk about how the type of hobbies that a person would have or how much they have to spend. Some products can be at the high end of the market, meaning those people are affluent. Others want to be more affordable. Most products you design are going to be aimed at affluent people because they're one-offs, and one-off things are expensive. Okay, you'll then go to slide 7 where you can read this. There's some more examples, some more prompts. Here's another example which is exactly the same type of thing as I've spread out, and then you're going to fill out this page here and send it back to me. You're going to read these prompts to make sure you're talking in the right vein, then delete them. Once you've got these 3 columns filled out and a photograph, then you can rearrange these and just get the page looking nice and pretty.